In Hollywood, fame is like a roller coaster, fast, thrilling and sometimes terrifying. Today we explore 10 celebrities who rise to the top, came crashing down and lost more than just fame. This is Rise, Downfall and Loss, the harsh reality of stardom. Let's start the video. Number 1. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was one of the most feared and successful boxers of all time. In the late 80s and early 90s, he became the undisputed heavyweight champion and was known for his explosive knockouts. At just 20 years old, he was the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He earned over $400 million during his career and lived like a king. Tyson bought multiple mansions, expensive cars, jewelry worth millions, and even owned pet Bengal tigers. He traveled in private jets and threw legendary parties. His lifestyle was the stuff of tabloid dreams. Downfall. But by 2003, just a few years after his peak, Tyson filed for bankruptcy. He was in $23 million of debt despite earning hundreds of millions over the years. Legal troubles, a high-profile divorce, multiple lawsuits, and reckless spending drained his finances. He also admitted in interviews that he wasn't managing his money. Others were. One quote from him: "Greater than I was out of control. I didn't know what to do with all that money. It was like I had a blank check." Loss. From $400 million to bankruptcy. One of the most shocking financial falls in sports history. 2. Johnny Depp. Rise. Johnny Depp rose to fame as a unique and versatile actor, known for playing oddball roles that no one else could pull off. His performance as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean turned him into a worldwide icon. He was one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, admired for both his talent and mystique. For years, his name alone could carry a film to success. Downfall. Things began to unravel when his personal life became public. His toxic and abusive relationship with Amber Heard led to court cases, leaked recordings, and constant media coverage. The public didn't know who to believe, and studios didn't want to take risks. Even though he denied the accusations, the damage to his image had already begun. Loss. Depp lost major roles, including his iconic part in the Pirates franchise. His reputation took a heavy hit, and he was seen more as a scandal than a star. The industry, once in awe of him, turned its back for years. 3. Lindsay Lohan. Rise. Lindsay was a true teen sensation. From her early Disney roles to hits like Mean Girls, she was seen as the next big thing in Hollywood. She had charisma, screen presence, and mass appeal, and she was making millions before she turned 18. For a moment, she owned young Hollywood. Downfall. But fame at such a young age came with pressure she couldn't handle. She got involved in partying, drug use, and reckless behavior. Multiple arrests and court visits made headlines, and her professional commitments began to slip. Directors and producers started losing confidence in her reliability. Loss. Her once thriving career faded. Hollywood stopped giving her chances, and her talent was overshadowed by her controversies. What could have been a long-term A-list career ended far too soon. 4. Brendan Fraser. Rise. Brendan Fraser was one of the most loved actors of the late 90s and early 2000s. With hits like The Mummy series and George of the Jungle, he had the charm, humor, and heart of a true leading man. Audiences loved him. He was relatable, funny, and real. For a while, he was everywhere. Downfall. But behind the scenes, things weren't easy. Years of doing his own stunts left him with multiple injuries and surgeries. On top of that, he went through a painful divorce and opened up about being sexually assaulted by a powerful figure in Hollywood. After speaking out, he found himself getting fewer roles and less support. Loss. He disappeared from the spotlight for nearly a decade. The industry seemed to forget him, and he was quietly pushed out. Only recently, through roles like The Whale, has he begun to make a comeback. 5. Amanda Bynes. Rise. Amanda Bynes was once the queen of teen comedy. From The Amanda Show on Nickelodeon to hit films like She's the Man and What a Girl Wants, she was seen as a rare comedic talent with a bright future. She had perfect timing, charm, and was loved by audiences and critics alike. Hollywood expected her to become the next Sandra Bullock. Downfall. But in her early 20s, Amanda started showing signs of deep mental health struggles. She began acting erratically in public, tweeting bizarre things, and eventually got involved in several legal incidents. Her behavior was splashed all over the media, and it became clear she wasn't well. Eventually, she was placed under illegal conservatorship for her own safety. Loss. Amanda walked away from acting altogether. She lost not only her career but also her sense of self in the public eye. Her bright potential faded into a tragic story of mental illness and lost identity. 6. Armie Hammer. Rise. Armie Hammer had the look, the name, and the talent. Coming from a wealthy background, he rose to fame with roles in The Social Network and especially Call Me By Your Name, where his performance earned him global recognition. He was on track to become a serious Hollywood leading man, with major projects lined up. Downfall. But in 2021, disturbing messages and allegations about his private life surfaced. He was accused of abusive behavior and disturbing fantasies involving domination and even cannibalism. The internet exploded with outrage, and the scandal spread faster than his team could control. His agency dropped him, and studios pulled his name from upcoming projects. Loss. Hammer lost every major role he had lined up. His image became unfixable almost overnight. From a rising star to a Hollywood outcast, his career completely collapsed. 7. Britney Spears. Rise. Britney Spears was America's pop princess. From her debut hit Baby One More Time, she dominated the charts, ruled MTV, and became a global icon. Her fame reached a level few ever see. Endorsements, tours, records. She was unstoppable. A household name by 18. She was the face of an era. Downfall. But intense fame, paparazzi harassment, and personal struggles led to a mental health breakdown in 2007. The world watched her spiral, shaving her head, attacking paparazzi, and being publicly humiliated. Soon after, her father was granted full legal control over her life through a conservatorship that lasted 13 years. Loss. Britney lost control over her money, her freedom, even her own decisions. For over a decade, she was legally treated like a child. Despite the hashtag Free Britney movement bringing her justice, she lost years she can never get back. 8. Will Smith. Rise. Will Smith's rise began in the 90s with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, quickly transitioning into blockbuster films like Independence Day and Men in Black. His charm and versatility made him one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. He built a powerful brand, balancing comedy, action, and heartfelt drama. Downfall. The turning point came during the 2022 Oscars when he slapped comedian Chris Rock on live television. The incident shocked the world and tainted his long-standing positive image. Hollywood paused on collaborations, and public trust began to waver. Loss. He lost endorsement deals, upcoming projects were delayed, and his Academy membership was revoked. The emotional toll also became clear, as Will publicly expressed regret and isolation. A career built on goodwill and relatability suddenly felt fragile. 9. Megan Fox. Rise. Megan Fox rose to stardom with her breakout role in Transformers, becoming an instant pop culture icon. Her striking looks and on-screen presence made her a global sensation. She was heralded as the next big female lead in Hollywood. Downfall. Her downfall began after public comments criticizing Transformers director Michael Bay, which led to her being dropped from the franchise. Hollywood labeled her difficult, and major roles stopped coming. Her career was reduced to low-budget films and background noise. Loss. She lost her momentum, brand deals, and the respect of many industry insiders. Despite talent, she was sidelined for years and pigeonholed unfairly. Her early promise was never fully realized because of industry politics and missteps. 10. Mel Gibson. Rise. Mel Gibson became a superstar with blockbuster films like Mad Max, Lethal Weapon, and Braveheart. He won Oscars as a director and was respected both in front of and behind the camera. By the early 2000s, he was one of Hollywood's most powerful figures. Downfall. He faced public backlash after making anti-Semitic and racist remarks during drunken incidents. His behavior led to widespread condemnation and industry blacklisting. Studios distanced themselves, and his reputation reputation was severely damaged. He lost major acting and directing roles for nearly a decade. His public image was tarnished, and many former collaborators cut ties, though he later returned with Hacksaw Ridge. His career never fully recovered to its peak. So that was the story of Hollywood's brightest stars, rising to the top, falling from grace, and in some cases vanishing like yesterday's trending TikTok. Fame can be brutal. One day you're on the red carpet, the next you're Googling yourself just to feel something. If you enjoyed this emotional roller coaster, or at least didn't spill your popcorn, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't make you famous, but hey, it makes us feel like we're on the rise. And don't forget to like, share, and comment, even if it's just to say RIP their careers. See you in the next one.